Volume 7 is here in Need for Speed Unbound, and with that, not only do we have the return of drag racing and drift events, as well as a bunch of awesome stuff, I have gone ahead and got the Premium Speed Pass, which gives you instant access to the 2024 Ford Mustang Dark Horse. And I do actually need to go ahead and unlock a few of the body kits. We got one at level 10, one at level 15, and then one more at level 20. So with the power of editing, I'll be right back. And just like that, we got the final body kit unlocked, and I completely forgot to turn my face cam on before, so here we are. There is also two other variations of the Ford Mustang Dark Horse. We've got this one here, which is a special underground themed drift build, and then all the way at the end at tier 75 you can get the Speed Hunters edition, which is a special drag build by the looks of it. Okay, yeah, that definitely gives it away. Let's start it up for the first time and see what it sounds like. Okay, not bad, not bad. I am gonna go back in a moment and put some customization on it, but I just wanted to show you guys what it actually looks like, what it sounds like before I customize it with all of the different body kits. Also, a good thing to note is that the Mustang and the BMW have the new handling model, which was introduced in Volume 6, which is awesome. So once I actually drive this properly, it should feel really good. So I've not properly looked at the body kits yet on the car. I've only seen them in the Speed Pass. So we've got the Criterion one here, which is a custom wide body. And then we have two official Ford wide body kits as well. So we've got this one here, which I'm sure many of you will recognize. Looks awesome, as expected. Really liking the spoiler on this one as well, actually. The spoiler is clean. And then the final wide body, which really is a wide body compared to this one. Look at that. So in terms of customization, it pretty much will be just the generic body kits that we have, where we can mix and match them. And yes, you can also add one of these to your Mustang if you really want it. And you can also remove the front bumper if you really want to. Right, has anyone made any liveries yet? It has literally just come out, although that is quite nice. The green, I'll give it that. The green is nice. So we actually have these new effects included in the Speed Pass, and look how sick this one is. I don't usually use ones like this, but it apparently comes out the ground when you drift and stuff, so definitely going on. In terms of performance, we can swap in some engines, of course. V8 hybrid, that may have to happen near the end when I do the engine swap, but we've got 500 horsepower for now, which I think is more than enough. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna get it to the top of S-Class. So basically just putting super parts in it for now. The acceleration, obviously, compared to some cars, isn't gonna be the best for now. 209 miles an hour, I don't think is too bad for S-Class. Build is done. It is upgraded to S-Class as high as possible. I'm curious to see how it's gonna do in a race event. Hopefully it's good. I guess there's one way to find out. Where on earth are the driving effects that I actually put on? I'm sure I equipped them and they're just not here. Mint. So yeah, speed-wise, I don't think it's necessarily that fast. Again, I could be wrong. I've used loads of different S-Class cars. This is basically maxing out already. I feel like it just struggles to get to that overall like 200. I mean, I'll be surprised if it even reaches 200 miles an hour at any point during this race. Hopefully it does. So far, the stock engine in S-Class, I'm not really feeling it, man. Yeah, I feel really bad. They're level 3 and level 1 and I'm level 77. I did not know that at first. Oh, they're working together to take me out. Go away. I understand they're new players, but bruh, that is not how you do things around here. So there's not very many upgrades, as you guys saw when I put it into S-Class. I put basically all gold. So hopefully when I put elite with the stock engine, it might make it a bit better. If not, I feel like we're definitely going to have to do that first engine swap. Seeing as this is a new update, I only briefly mentioned it before, but we've got a bunch of new modes. So we have drag racing, which has made a return to the game. We also have new and improved drifting, which I'm very excited to try out at some point. You know what? Nope, there it is. So aside from this car, we also have the BMW M3 Touring, which is in the free Speed Pass. There's also a couple of variants of it. One is in the paid Speed Pass, and then the other one is in the free one, so you can get a special version of this if you want. So I'm just doing my part there and taken them out. Overall, the dev team really cooked with this update. We've got some awesome features that they've added. And then we actually have a hero car from the original Underground, which is Melissa's Mitsubishi Eclipse, and that's pretty much the race over. So it is 3 for 3. Again, I am playing against two completely new players. The Mustang overall, it did feel a bit sluggish just in S-Class with the base engine. So again, it's only just come out. Once you do a bit of tweaking with maybe the engine swaps or the upgrades, it should hopefully be a bit better. But let's take it back to the garage and make it an S Plus monster, hopefully. Adding all of the elite parts to this car, it gets it to 234 miles an hour with a 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, which is definitely a huge improvement. Over 1,100 horsepower, and this is with the stock engine. So let me quickly see what it's like with the engine swap, and we might potentially go back to this, who knows. And then with the engine swap, it's pretty much the exact same. The customization is done, it's at the top of S Plus rating. I think it looks pretty clean in just the orange, and there are a bunch of spoilers available, but I had to keep the biggest one on there, of course. Once again, finally got into another event, but there's only one other person in this, and this is unfortunately still a massive issue with Need for Speed Unbound, is if you ever try to get a race playlist going in free roam, just doesn't happen. I can't remember the last time I ever saw like a full playlist from free roam. Like, yeah, I get PvP exists, but the classes change all the time, and I want to use S Plus. You know, I want to try this out. So the acceleration on this, as you probably saw, was pretty impressive. I can't really compare it to anyone, which is a shame. I was hoping I could get into at least a lobby of sweats. But on a plus side, we also finally have the cool driving effects. So look at that. We've got like lava coming out the ground essentially. Also, the flames are absolutely wham. One thing I did notice from that first event is the handling on the Mustang is surprisingly good. I don't know if it's because it's in S Plus now and I've like, you know, swapped around a lot of things. In general, the handling feels sweet. I know that it's also got the new handling that they've added, which I've probably mentioned like 6 million times by now. But it just feels good because a lot of the time muscle cars just feel like complete garbage. So to have decent handling on a muscle car is a feels good, man, for sure. It does actually feel pretty quick. I'd definitely like to come back at some point when like all the builds are there, all the meta builds, and try out this car again and hopefully give it a proper go, because at the moment where I just can't get a lobby, I'd imagine the weekend would be a pretty good time to try this again. So hey, maybe I'll be back with some more builds and stuff. This has been the 2024 Ford Mustang Dark Horse. I've actually really enjoyed using this car and definitely want to use it a lot more with different builds going forward. I've also got a couple of variants that I will hopefully unlock at some point soon within the Speed Pass. At some point soon, I'll also be testing out the drag and the drift racing, as well as the other new car, which is the BMW M3 Touring. So if you guys do want to see that, be sure to subscribe if you're not already. And yeah, I'll have them out hopefully this week. So keep an eye on the channel.